What is the absolute worst game you ever played? Maybe you thought of a game that was disappointing, or maybe you thought of a game that is filled with bugs and glitches. Although a few games I personally don't really like came to mind, I decided to find the definitive answer. I found a list of the top 100 lowest rated games on Steam, and I'm going to play them all to find out which game I personally think is the worst. Now, let's spin the wheel and get ready to go dumpster diving. Sniper Art of Victory. Okay, let's get right into it. Well, the main menu is certainly something. First off, hear this? This is the volume at 20% of what it was when I first started it, and there's no way to lower the volume. Why do all of these games want me to go deaf? Whatever. Time to choose a difficulty, and since I'm a pro, I can go on veteran mode. Alright, maybe I'm being picky here, but come on, this text just looks bad. They couldn't have tried a handwritten cursive font, maybe something that actually goes along the creases of the paper. This is one of the first things the player sees when they start your game, and it just feels kinda lazy. Now, let me walk you through the first 15 minutes of gameplay. First, you get to see the environment for about half a second before you get instructions shoved in your face. Then, you get to see how beautiful the environment looks, including this rock that looks like it's from a PS2 game. But hey, there's so much more to explore. So I try moving around and... oh no. Oh no. This entire game feels like you're on ice. Why would you make a sniping game where normally precise movement and timing is integral, and then make the main character slide all over the place? I then managed to take all of 2 steps forward and immediately get jump scared by the map. I didn't press anything, the game just opened the map for me. The map does come with a legend, which is kinda cool, but I think the obstacle is supposed to be red instead of gray. Anyway, I'm done messing around. I want to get to the whole sniping thing, so let me just close the map, and nope, I'm glitched. I gotta say, I didn't expect the game to break this quickly. Time to increment the restart counter. I take a couple more steps forward and immediately get a short cutscene before being forced into yet another instructional screen. I guess our guy averages a heart rate of 122 beats per minute. That seems oddly high for a high-ranking soldier, but whatever. According to this, the only difference between veteran and recruit mode is that the veteran mode can't see the quote-unquote actual hit point. But who needs it? Let me just aim down the sights and see what happens. Alright, what is this? Does my guy have Parkinson's? He walked forward for about 5 seconds and his heart rate spiked by 30 beats per minute. Eventually my guy calms down and takes out the man in one shot, even though it was hard to judge if there's any bullet drop off since the rangefinder on the bottom doesn't work. As I was running past, it looked like I could loot his body, but instead I started leaning back and forth like I was doing some stupid dance. I sneak up to the next area and manage to take out a guard in the house. Oh cool, the game sometimes follows the bullet when it goes to kill people. I always love seeing that in games. After I watch the wind go crazy for all of a second, I start to follow what looks to be a trail on the minimap, but I don't really see it. Anyway, back to the mission. Huh. Well, at least that guy was nice enough to wait until I looked him in the eyes before he shot me. Now I'm all the way back to the first guy I killed. The checkpoints are very brutal in this game, and since I didn't learn how to quicksave until much later on, I spent a long time having to do the same sections over and over. Like this house part, for example. After I shot a bullet right past this guard who didn't seem to care that I just murdered his friend, I tried to see if the hip firing in this game was accurate to what it says on screen. It isn't. At this point I decided to go to recruit since I spent money on this game and I earned this. I get back up to the house and have a riveting battle with the soldier inside. His greatest weakness, a window frame. Apparently it's my greatest weakness too, since all these shots just missed. I then get to a bridge where my guy suddenly gains a sixth sense and knows that there's an enemy sniper nearby. I thought he meant further ahead, so I kept going, and by the time I realized where the sniper was, I was forced into a cutscene and killed. But this time I'll get him. The game tells me exactly where my shot will go, so let's do it. Alright, missed the first time, that's fine. And the second. And the third. And the fourth. One of the complaints I saw about this game was that the main weapon doesn't work. Sometimes shots just do not register, or sometimes the characters take multiple shots to kill randomly. Normally when there's one guy, it's manageable. But for this next part, you have to kill both the guards before they can alert everyone else. And as soon as you kill one of them, the other one immediately runs for the alarm. If you don't kill them both in 2 shots, you might as well reset. And a reset means you have to kill this guy all over again. Honestly, I had so many issues in this area that I'm just going to speed through them all. I learned that there's pretty substantial fall damage, you can crawl under a house and glitch yourself, you can run out of ammo very easily since you have to spend it all to get your shots to actually land and it's almost impossible to get more. You can watch enemies as they walk away and they turn into their low poly forms while still in your sight, and since you can't aim down any other weapon than a sniper rifle, every other gun is pretty much worthless when the enemy isn't in kissing range. After everyone is dead, I hop into the truck and straight into level 2 where I immediately start getting shot at. So much for stealth in this game. Honestly, here's when I felt like the game was actively working against me. Checkpoints sometimes kept me spawning in loops directly in front of an enemy. The minimap would tell me about enemies that were hidden and out of range, but wouldn't tell me about enemies right in front of me. The minimap would also just randomly show me enemies that didn't exist. And when the game wasn't being hostile, it was being ridiculous. You see objects clip through other objects, like the grass growing through this tower, and you see objects render in almost right in front of you. Enemies would die and get stuck in weird positions.
Oh my.
The game also shows you some recommended sniping positions to take out the enemies. This is an awful idea. There's already no reason to explore the map since there's no hidden items or collectibles, and now the game is holding your hand and telling you how to play it and where to go. The times on the saves are wrong. It should say 427, and at first I thought this was because the developers of the game are from Poland, but 427 in Eastern Standard Time is 1027 in Poland, so I don't know. Also, the game crashed again.
Yay!
Great. I am having so much fun. I loaded into the game again, only to get an intro that wasn't there any of the other times I started the game, except there was a black screen and all I got was the audio, so who cares. Oh cool, when the game says stand by, it loads in everything but doesn't allow you to play the game, so the enemy managed to kill me before I had a chance to do anything. I respawn and try all my guns, and they still do not work. Seriously, how many times can one person miss with a pistol at point blank range? And how are these sniper shots missing? I can't find a single thing in this game that works. Seriously, not a single thing. Sometimes the keyboard controls don't work and it won't let me pick a certain weapon unless I cycle through them all again. Sometimes the scoreboard just decides it's done for the day and lies. Here it says I shot 22 times, yet it only counts 21 hits, but that's considered 20% accuracy. I couldn't even get half the cheats for this game to work, except for the skip command, which I definitely didn't use. Anyway, later levels are even worse. The subtitles are wrong.
We'll cover the arms transport, which has to reach the Sharief. Take up position by the street and be careful about the crowds.
Here you have to escort a tank with your allies, but your allies don't do anything. I got soft-locked here and couldn't get myself killed, so I had to restart again. I found an enemy sniper that just ignored me, which made me realize that the game is giving me warnings that someone is shooting at me when I'm not the one getting shot at. Alright, let's try this level now. Here we have to find an enemy sniper and eliminate them. Cool, a 1v1 on a large map. Let me check over here by this mounted gun. Huh, I expected someone here. Oh well, let me move forward and... oh, I just had to spawn them in. Man, how do I get them though? If only the game would take me out of that cutscene and into another one that lasts 2 seconds to tell me where to go next. Also, my guy sounds like Adam West here for some reason.
A tank! I need to be careful. I'll deal with those soldiers there first.
Alright, let's go to the next mission. And my guy doesn't even bother to have both of his hands on this weapon. Next. Finally, the last level. I turned on God mode here because, screw you, I just want to finish this game. Looks like we're clearing out a fort and then we're bombing it. Don't know why we have to kill everyone before we bomb the base, or what the point of bombing a desolate base is, but whatever. Alright, hold still, man. I need a clip from my MLG Pro compilation. Just gotta... oh, I missed. Hold on a second... there. I'm officially cool. I saw a ghost building, annihilated a second fort, phased through a ladder, got run over and killed in God mode, sat around waiting for 5 minutes before realizing I had to find a radio, watched planes fly in a seemingly empty void except for the skybox in the background, and watched as they bombed a base that probably would have just been destroyed by a stiff breeze. Then I got to enjoy a monologue that ended early, so I just had to watch the text scroll for way too long in silence. Sniper Art of Victory is boring. Sniper Art of Victory is broken. Sniper Art of Victory is the new worst game I ever played. Anyway, I hope to see you all in the next episode of Dumpster Diving. Peace out.